Now, anyone who is online on Reddit or other social media has seen evidence of some incredibly goated students. These are students with a 4.7, 4.8 weighted GPA. They've got the 1550 or higher SAT scores. They've got research, ample extracurriculars, national and international recognition at some level for something. And most people think these students are just going to be a shoo-in and glide right through the college application process. Well, I have helped many students who meet that type of profile with their Common App essay and activities and honors. And I can tell you that most of those students struggle very heavily with how to clearly communicate the ample evidence of their accomplishments and exceptionality, but still in an umbrella of messages that are coherent and memorable to the reader. They often get lost in a list of things that they've done and struggle with how to organize them into buckets that are logical, make sense, and flow in a storyline within those 650 words on the Common App. So I encourage students always to take a step back and reference the magic rule of three main points that you want to deliver. Again, we can think in terms of three triangles, where the tip of the triangle is the descriptor that you want to get across. And the bottom of the triangle is almost like a bucket that holds all of the anecdotes and the stories and the evidence and the quantifiable results and accomplishments that you have done that meet the criteria of that main point you're trying to get across. So if you're a student who has been involved in sports and leadership and outside extracurriculars and volunteering, and also has done exceptionally well in their academic journey, and you just have a whole long laundry list of things that you are struggling to organize and make a cohesive story out of, be very, very careful to not fall into an essay writing style where the reader cannot see the forest for the many, 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 many trees that you are laying out onto the paper. Take a step back and make sure your forest has very distinct points of view, ideally three. And then under each of those points of views, you aggregate and describe elements from your academic and extracurricular journey that describe who you are and why you are an exceptional candidate. So for any of you students out there who have a really wide and deep resume, please take some very careful steps to look at a higher level at your activities and bucketize them into three distinct groups. Otherwise, the reader is going to get lost in the many, many, many things that you've done. And while your essay may meet the criteria of proving that you are a viable candidate for the schools to which you're applying, it is not going to meet the secondary criteria of demonstrating that you are differentiated enough to add value to uniquely meet the institutional requirements of the school. So the more elite schools that you are applying to, the more cautious and careful and pay attention to the messages that you are delivering and making sure that they are clear and cohesive and tie that very robust profile together into a very simple message for the reader. I'm Susan with Type A Essays. Thanks for listening.